In today's global arms race, time is no longer a convenience. It has become a weapon. Across the world, even the most powerful air forces are discovering an uncomfortable truth. They can approve budgets, sign contracts, and announce new jets, but then they wait. 3 years, 5 years, sometimes even 7. Production queues stretch endlessly while assembly lines choke. Political delays pile on top of industrial ones. But one country keeps breaking that pattern: South Korea. And once again, the Philippines finds itself at the center of this new reality. While other nations are trapped in what you might call backlog hellcaught between strained factories, disrupted supply chains, and domestic gridlock, Korean defense companies are doing something almost unheard of. They are delivering combat aircraft right now. So, the real question isn't just what South Korea is selling. The deeper question is how South Korea can deliver when so many others cannot. And even more importantly, why is the Philippines one of the few countries trusted enough to receive those deliveries first? To understand what's happening, we have to start with the aircraft that has quietly reshaped the Philippine Air Force, the FA-50. Originally brought in as a fighter trainer and light combat aircraft, the FA-50 has long since outgrown that simple label. Through continuous upgrades, real-world operational experience, and combat validation, it has evolved into a credible multi-role platform. It's capable of air defense, precision strike, maritime attack, and joint operations. But recently, Korean defense reporting revealed a detail that shifts this story from a routine purchase to a strategic case study. The Philippines' additional FA-50 order, valued at roughly $700 million, isn't just another export deal. It's an example of how defense procurement is changing in real time. Delivery is expected to begin within months, not years. In today's global defense environment, that timeline is nothing short of extraordinary. To really grasp why this matters, we need to zoom out. Since the start of the war in Ukraine, global demand for weapons has surged far beyond anyone's forecasts. Factories are running at full capacity. Key components, from engines to advanced electronics, are backordered for years. Even mature, well-known platforms like the F-16 or the Gripen now face multi-year delivery queues, especially for smaller air forces. This creates a dangerous gap. Threats increase, tensions rise, but a nation's ability to respond remains frozen on paper, stuck in a contract. This is where South Korea's advantage becomes crystal clear. And Korea's edge is not marketing hype, it's industrial discipline. Korean defense firms expanded their production capacity long before the demand exploded. They invested early in workforce training, modern tooling, and building redundant supply chains. They stockpiled critical components. They basically planned for instability, and when instability arrived, they were ready. As a result, the production line for the T-50 and FA-50 can reportedly push out up to 5 aircraft per month. Korea isn't scrambling to catch up with the world. They are already ahead of it. But speed alone doesn't tell the full story, because not every buyer gets priority access. And this is where trust becomes the decisive factor. According to Korean reporting, the Philippines stands out for 3 key reasons that matter deeply in the high-stakes defense industry. First, it pays on time. Second, it respects the terms of its contracts. And third, it does not politicize deliveries after the deal is signed. These might sound like basic business principles, but in the world of global defense procurement, they are surprisingly rare. Korean media has subtly contrasted this reliability with other partnerships, including some joint development programs where funding disputes and political delays have eroded confidence. No names needed to be mentioned. The message was clear. Reliable partners move to the front of the line. Unreliable ones have to wait. The Philippines has earned its place at the front. And what's arriving is not the same FA-250 from a decade ago. The updated FA-50PH configuration pushes this aircraft far closer to a true light multi-role fighter. We're talking about enhanced radar performance, advanced data links for communication, a full suite of precision-guided munitions, and new maritime strike capabilities. It's designed for seamless integration into joint and allied operations. For the Philippine Air Force, this delivers something far more valuable than just raw specifications on a stat sheet. It delivers continuity. Pilots stay current and combat-ready. Squadrons remain active and operational. The nation's readiness doesn't have to hit the pause button while waiting for larger, more complex modernization programs to mature years down the line. The FA-50 fleet becomes a combat-ready bridge, a stopgap, a deterrent, and a solid foundation for the future. This is where the implications get even deeper. Korean analysts are now openly asking a much bigger question. If the Philippines trusts Korea with the FA-50, could it one day trust Korea with the KF-21 Borami? The KF-21 is South Korea's next-generation fighter, and while it's not a full export product just yet, it is coming, and in military aviation, transitions matter. Air forces don't just leap blindly from one ecosystem to another. Familiarity with logistics matters. Established training pipelines matter, and political reliability matters most of all. From Seoul's perspective, the Philippines is checking every single box, and from Manila's perspective, Korea has proven something invaluable. They deliver. All of this is unfolding against a harsh strategic reality. The situation in the South China Sea is not stabilizing. Air patrols are increasing, and maritime encounters are becoming sharper and more frequent. In this environment, response time matters more than ever. A capable aircraft delivered in 2026 is worth far more than a superior aircraft that only arrives in 2030. Speed equals relevance. This isn't a story about hype, it's a story about credibility. The Philippines chose a supplier that understands urgency, respects timelines, and treats its smaller allies as serious, valuable partners. That is why Korean defense exports are surging worldwide. And that is why the Philippines keeps appearing at the front of the queue. In the past, air power was measured by performance charts and technical specifications. Today, it is increasingly measured by delivery schedules. South Korea understands this. The Philippines understands this. And that is why, while others wait, the FA-50s are already on their way. This is not just procurement, this is strategy. And in an era where time itself has become a weapon, the ability to deliver may be the most powerful capability of all. Thanks for watching, and be sure to follow for more analysis.